Hello, I'm Katie Krcmarik, an assistant professor in the Won-Suk Kim School of Art at Illinois State University, and this is my presentation, Inclusive Characters, Merging Aesthetics and Accessibility in Type Design. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, vision disabilities rank among the top 10 most common disabilities in the United States. The World Health Organization reports that 2.2 billion people globally have some form of vision impairment. With an aging population, the prevalence of vision-related disabilities is expected to increase. Learning disabilities such as dyslexia also have a significant societal impact, with the Yale Center for Dyslexia and Creativity estimating that about 20% of the population is affected. Given that such a large portion of people experience reading and vision-related challenges, type design must move beyond aesthetics to center disability concerns. Creating accessible typefaces is essential to reducing barriers and ensuring equitable access to content. Historically, type design prioritized legibility shaped by printing technologies, often neglecting accessibility. Even today, accessibility is frequently addressed retroactively, testing existing fonts for legibility, rather than being an integral part of the design process. Like retrofitting buildings for accessibility, this approach often falls short of addressing the needs of those with reading or visual disabilities. Despite the ableist legacy of the field is beginning to change. This project uses a curatorial approach to explore how contemporary type design merges aesthetic and accessibility concerns. Through thematic analysis of Lexend, Atkinson Hyperlegible, and Lucille, the research highlights emerging practices that center inclusivity. These curated examples demonstrate how designers, often in collaboration with disability communities, are rethinking legibility and user experience. Rather than attempting a comprehensive survey, this research presents select case studies to spotlight key strategies and values in inclusive type design. Sometimes the pursuit of accessibility in type design begins with a simple observation. In 2000, educational therapist Dr. Bonnie Shaver-Trope began exploring whether typeface form could impact reading ability, and ultimately developed Lexend. She initially modified the letter spacing of existing fonts before hiring type designer Linnea Lundquist to create new letter forms that minimize confusion between characters like I, L, and J. The design also prioritized white space within and between letters to support support smoother word recognition. In 2017, Shaver-Trope partnered with Google to digitize the typeface and broaden its accessibility. With funding from Google Fonts, type designer Thomas Jacquin refined Lexend to enhance readability. In 2021, font bureaus David Berlot, Santiago Orosako, and Hector Gomez expanded the typeface to include 9 weights, giving users the flexibility to customize their reading experience. As Shaver-Trope explains, we need to get past the one-size-fits-all thinking. Lexend is not just a font, it's a tool like a pair of glasses that can be specifically measured to create the optimum outcome. Lexend empowers users, especially those with dyslexia, to tailor their reading experience for maximum clarity. The Atkinson Hyperlegible typeface was developed by the Braille Institute, driven by its mission to improve life for individuals with low or no vision. Named after the Institute's founder, the typeface deviates from the traditional neo-grotesque sans serifs by using uniquely shaped, highly distinguishable characters to aid recognition. As Elliot Scott, creative director at Applied Design Works, explains, the problem is that often fonts designed for low vision readers are hard for readers without impairments. Characters are too exaggerated. One of our goals was to design a font both groups could easily read and not even realize it was a legibility font. Atkinson Hyperlegible uses clearly differentiated letter forms to avoid confusion between similarly shaped characters. Design choices include distinct letter pairs like B and D, open counters, angled spurs, and extended tails. The result is a typeface that is both highly readable and visually refined. Lucille, another standout, was created specifically for visually impaired readers through a partnership between type designers and the Regional Technical Center for Visual Impairment. This collaborative effort brought together an ophthalmologist, an orthopost, psychologist, 2 researchers, and the type designer to ensure the typeface met all 12 essential design criteria for visual accessibility. These included careful considerations of word masking, spacing, and letter structure to create an optimal reading experience. Lucille's effectiveness has been validated through 3 studies in which visually impaired readers expressed a clear preference for the typeface. It includes 4 versions and over 700 characters supporting most European languages, Greek, and mathematical symbols. The typeface has been widely adopted by reference publishers, educators, transcribers, developers, and medical specialists, proving its versatility and impact. Lucille demonstrates how community-centered design can produce functional, aesthetically pleasing results. Across these examples, a common thread emerges: accessible design does not have to sacrifice visual quality. As Scott notes, people with disabilities do not want products that segregate them as the accessible option. They want tools that empower participation without distinction. Accessible typefaces like these 3 model this ideal, proving that thoughtful, inclusive design benefits everyone. For the design community, these typefaces represent a shift towards a more equitable and user-centered approach. Type designers and those who use their work must begin to prioritize accessibility as an essential part of the design process. Doing so challenges the outdated belief that accessibility diminishes design quality. If you're a designer interested in using these typefaces, the good news is that all 3 are available for free. Just scan the QR codes. Their development and distribution mark a hopeful direction for the future of inclusive typography. Thank you.